Hey there, good looking. Join me for this spicy, yet great for all levels, cardio and strength workout. Listen, I'm calling this a metabolic blast workout because it's exactly what it is. It is going to blast some calories because we are going to be working the larger muscles of the body for our strength and then adding a cardio exercise right after that to get that heart rate up. You're going to love it. For equipment, I recommend a couple of pairs of moderate weight dumbbells. For reference, I have a pair of 10s and 15s. All right, let's get started. All right, a couple of things before we get started. First off, if you're doing this workout in real time, happy 2026. May this be your best year. I hope that you kick a lot of ass this year and that you reach new goals. Second, if you like to track your fitness with your watch, press start now. For reference, I chose the HIIT setting on my Apple Watch. Now, my buddy George is here and we're going to get warmed up by starting with our core and then working into a stand position. Let's go on to all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees apart underneath the hips. Draw the belly button in just to give me an ab bracing. So we're bracing into that deep core, your transverse abdominis. Now extend one leg in the opposite arm, reach it, back down, other side. Once you see me, let's just take a gaze at that top of the mat. I hope, again, if you're doing this in real time, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. If you're doing this any old time, I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're not, hey, this workout's going to cheer you up, I promise. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's add some bear hovers. Fire up the core further in addition to the quads. Keep those wrists under the shoulders. Spread the fingers. Grip the mat with your fingertips to take some pressure off of your knees, and then tuck the toes under and lift the knees up. Beautiful. Just keep breathing. Shoulders away from the ears. You drop down any time, but I want to see if you can, hang in there for another 10 seconds. All right, we're here for a 20-second hold. Last 3, 2, 1, release. Off the hands. Now I want you to step forward with one leg and step forward with the other leg. How'd you do with that? Now let's alternating our lunge. Stepping back, we can bend that back knee, whatever depth it feels good for us. So if knees are feeling sensitive, you don't want to start 2026 off with knee pain. Here you go, right here, okay? Straight leg back. Otherwise, we're going to take it down. My advanced people, knock that back knee. Just let it tap the ground ever so gently. Arms are extending up. Thumbs going to the wall behind you. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet hip width, hands at the temple, hip hinge for me with a bent knee, drive to stand. Learning that hinge pattern because we actually are kicking this workout off with a one-legged, what we call a B stance deadlift. So we need to learn how to hinge to this hip, and then we need to muscle memory that when we're doing things outside of our workout, like picking up grandkids, animals, even going in the oven and pulling something out. Just got to remember to keep the back neutral. Last 2. Last 1. Excellent. Open up the hip. Here we go. Step it over an imaginary fence, back, and then the other leg. Tap and back. So look at me with the socks. Hey, this is how the kids are doing it when they're working out. I got some younger trainers. Well, you guys, if you're on Over 50 Fitness, Michelle, this is how she wears her socks. Like, if Michelle can do it, I can do it. Why not, right? If the young kids can do it, why can't we? Last one here. Excellent. Big arm circles. I want you to take a nice big exaggeration going backwards. Get those shoulders woken up. So today's workout, we have 8 exercises, 40 seconds of work, 20-second recovery, alternating between a strength and a cardio-based move. Then we get a minute break, grab some water, and we do it again. 3 rounds total. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Little pogo hops if you don't like the jumping. Heel lifts then. But try a little bit of impact. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, you got about 15 seconds if you want to grab a sip of water. Grab the heavier pair of those moderates you have. I want you to mirror me. You're going to start with this leg being your B stance for your deadlift. From here, pull the shoulders back and down, draw the belly button in, tighten up that core. Let's do that B stance deadlift so all the weight, or as much weight as I can, is on that front leg. And then when we come up, I want you to step out with this leg, bring the dumbbells out and do a squat. Woohoo, eh? Let's do it again. Same side for the full 40 seconds. B stance, neutral spine, chest lifted, knees track with second toe, neutral spine again for the squat. So it's a hinge, even in our squat pattern. Last one. Time. All right, we've got some skaters, but I want you to really work the outer hip for the skater. So I want you to place your dumbbells. The further apart they are, the more you are going to work. Then from here, step it or jump it. Tap your dumbbell, okay? So you can go full on impact or what I just did, a little bit of impact. Chest is lifted. Now, if touching that dumbbell isn't going to serve you today, I still want you to try to reach it with the toes and then just bring your hand in front of the knee. Remember, there's always ways we can dial things back. Don't think that you're committed to doing whatever the intensity is of the person that's leading you through the workout. If she or he does not give you some suggestions, see what you can play around with to make it work for you. So here's our cardio portion. Heart rate's getting up there. One more. Time. All right, so now we need to do a B stance with this leg and then step out with that leg for the squat. Dumbbell in each hand. Got this leg, it's just there to kickstand, provide some stability and balance. I want to try and get most of the weight and work on this front leg. And then we drive up, squat. Slow and controlled. Good. So my puppy Max, who isn't really much of a puppy anymore, he'll be a year in a couple weeks, he's out for a WALK. So that's why George and I are hanging out together. One more. Woo. All right, I want you to grab one of your lighter moderate dumbbells. Cardio move now with one dumbbell. We've got 2 repeater knee with the dumbbell coming down and then 2 on the other side. Whew, you ready? Let's start with this leg. Yeah? Okay, cool. Let's go. Ready, go. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and go. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So I like this because we are getting a good burn happening in the arms and pecs. And we are working our balance, getting the heart rate up, knee friendly. So ticks all the boxes. Next move, strength move. We're almost there. 10 seconds. Come on. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Last time. 1 and 2. March it. Beautiful. Grab those heavier moderates. We have a chest press on the mat with a moving bridge. So you got to get down for this one. Elbows slightly in front of the shoulders. Heels close to the bum and hip width. Arms up, hips up. Touch center. Lower down. Let's go. Yeah, George and I, we needed some me time, didn't we, big guy? Yeah, Max is a lot. He doesn't leave George alone. Poor guy. Like, George doesn't get a moment's peace. Breathe it, press it. All right, now for my beginners, you're gonna use a chair, bench, and place your hands on that to elevate the ground to make this mountain climber a little more manageable for you. The rest of us, we're gonna keep our hands on top of the dumbbells. If that feels okay for you, you can do no dumbbells by all means. Wrists under shoulders, shoulders back and down. Now, we're gonna drive the knee in, we're taking it in for 3, 2, 1, pause. 1, 2, 3, and then pause. Stay on top of those wrists. Add that pause. It's gonna work into that one leg a little harder. So instead of just running with these mountain climbers, we run for 3, we pause it, then we pick it up again. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Breathe it. 1, 2, 3. Still on top of your wrists. Good job, you. Couple more. Last time. Woo. Come to stand. Keep those moderate heavies. Woo. We have a row. We got to hit the back muscles now. Beautiful part of this standing row, we are also going to target a lot into the core as well as the hips and hamstrings. Feet hip width apart. Push the hips back. Find that neutral spine. Find that belly button brace. Drive up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Release. Exhale. Drive up. Good. So drive the belly button in towards the spine. Activate that deep core muscle I was talking about in warm-up. Transverse abdominis or TVA. And allow that muscle to brace and provide stability for your low back. Breathe it. Squeeze those shoulder blades. This one, I really feel my glutes because they're holding us in this position and the glutes are lengthened. One more. Anytime a muscle is lengthened, you're going to feel it. All right. One of the lighter moderates. Whew. For your low impact, it's a tap and jack. Tap and jack. That's what you'll do if you don't want to jump. However, if you like to jump, we're going to do this. Yeah? Perfect. Let's go. This is the last move. We grab a water and we go through round 2 of our circuit. This is one of my favorite ways to train, right? We get it all. Strength, cardio, core, balance, stability. There we go. Bone. We're working the bone for sure. Woo! Keep marching. 1 minute break. Woo! Cheers. So I want you to ask yourself, okay, that first round, how did the weight feel? Could I maintain my form? Check. Perfect. Could I do more reps past the timer? Oh, if so, then let's try a little heavier weight. I got a new saying for 2026. My age is my strength. Just keep telling myself that when I look at the gray hairs and the wrinkles. All right, grab your heavy moderates. I have wisdom with these wrinkles that I didn't have when I had no wrinkles. Get set up for your B stance. Get this leg, tap it back. Push the hips back. Step out that B stance leg into your squat. Yes. Woo! This is a total body burner. This is just one move. So we get biceps too, don't we? I know. You're welcome. Last one. Woo! All right, we got those skaters. So again, if you like to use the dumbbells, which I recommend you do as a target, it's going to make you step out further. And then if you're going to tap, it gives you a little higher ground to tap. Remember, you have that option too, where you can just reach and hit the knee, okay? So we jump or we do a long step. Whatever's going to work for your hips today. Recognizing that the jumping is going to provide more stimulus to the bone and train your balance more. Now I am going to bend this knee a bit to get that hand down there. So I'm not rounding through my upper back to get there. I'm using that lower body of mine, my powerhouse muscles to do it. Last one. March it. Nice job. All right, we've got this leg, B stance. This leg steps out. Dumbbell in each hand. Whew. Here we go. Just a kickstand. Try to get most of your weight and work on this leg. Let's go. Dumbbells come up. Wide squat. Knees track with that second toe of yours. Whew. So when I come down, I am pushing my hips rear as I have a soft bend in that working leg. Okay? So you want to move through that hip joint. Woo! All right, grab one of your lighter dumbbells. Woo! This was the burner. 2 knees each side. We repeat. I'm not starting till the timer starts. I found this really challenging with a 10-pound dumbbell. Whew. All right, you ready? Legs wide. 3, 2, 1. It goes to 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2. So I don't move my feet too much. I just keep them wider than my shoulders, and then I shift my weight over to the one leg. There we go. Whew. Bye, George. Thanks for stopping by. Happy New Year. Breathe it. Last one. March it. Woo, nice job, you. All right, we need the heavier ones now for that chest press and moving bridge. All right. Yeah, I don't know about these socks. I don't think I can pull it off quite like Michelle can. Ready? Press and moving bridge. However, maybe you're like me. You get kind of stuck in the same, I wouldn't call what I have fashion sense, but it's just the word that we're going to use, fashion sense. And so anything outside of your regular, you think you look goofy. So what we have to do is we have to remember to look at ourselves with fresh eyes, which is hard to do because we've been staring at our mug for how many decades? Or we could just adapt that attitude where we don't care. If we like it, we're going to do it. Time. All right. Hands on the dumbbell or the ground or up on a chair or bench. Heck, you know what else would be a ton of fun too if you've got one? On a Bosu. Flip it over and it's really, so your hands are on the block and it's really going to challenge your shoulder stability. For all of them, wrists under shoulders. 3, 2, 1, pause. Go. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3. So that third knee, we get that pause. So really quick. 1, 2, 3, pause. Breathe it. Looking at the top of the mat once you've seen me. Less than 10 seconds. Time. Woo. Woo. Yeah, that works, doesn't it? And to stand with those heavier of your moderates. Feet, hip width, hip hinge, abs brace. So draw your belly button in towards the spine. 3, 2, 1, drive up, squeeze those shoulder blades, straighten those arms. Let's go, crew. Think about that lower lumbar back, how it's got that arch. You still want that arch in this position. You're going to sit your bum back a little bit. Knees are going to be bent. You can place a ruler and it would stay on the top of your head all the way down to your tailbone. So don't let that head drop. You're forward enough so gravity's coming down on the mid and upper back area. Last one. Root to stand. Nice job, you. Okay, let's grab that one louder dumbbell. We're gonna hold it here. And hot tip, you can do this without a dumbbell. You can say, PJ, you ain't the boss of me, and do a body weight. This is your low impact. Remember that? Yeah? Or join me. Sorry, I just hit my mic with the dumbbell. Better the mic, though, than my face. That would be a hell of a way to kick off 2026. We get a water break after this. Come on, crew. Can we pick it up? Last 10 seconds. Of course you can. Come on. Woo! Keep those feet moving. Grab that water if you want it. Whew. Cheers. Yes. All right. Last one, okay? So once again, do a little mental note or a little mental back to the future. Was what we did last time heavy enough for you? Okay? Try it. It's our last round. What could go wrong, right? No, we need to progress. You know, I'm joking, in a safe manner always. But we still need to progress. Deal? All right. B stance, deadlift to squat. This leg. B stance. Hands here, shoulders back and down, belly button drawn in. Let's do it. Go. Last set is best set. This is one, I know I said this last round, one heck of a combo move. Oh yeah. Woo, baby. All right, skaters. Again, the further apart these dumbbells are, right, the more you gotta work to get behind them. We can step it, and then we can go down as low as we feel comfortable, remembering that we are bending through that leg, not the upper back, to get down there. Let's go. I'm gonna tap my other leg in here, my inside leg, just to give me some balance. Almost home. Whew. Good job, you. All right. We got this leg now as our B stance. So this is going to be the B stance, stepping out that direction for the squat. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I reset and make sure I've got my belly button drawn in, that deep core of mine activated before I start my hinge there. I'd rather you get in 4 of the most perfect B-stance deadlifts than 8 sloppy ones. And any trainer will tell you that. If they train you, they could be just playing music and hoping you follow along. All right, 2 repeater knee. Y'all know how I feel about that type of training. Okay, we got 2 knees, and then the other side. So let's start with that wide stance, because we're not going to necessarily step out too much. We're just going to keep the feet wide, and then we're just pivoting on one leg. Okay, so it's 1 and 2. There we go. This one is really getting my breathing up. Whew, I love it. Woo-hoo! Couple seconds left. Come on, you. One more. March it. Yes. All right, we got that chest press and moving bridge. Whew, we can do heavier on this, right? So, I'm getting pooped. I hope it's working for you too. Elbows in front of those shoulders, please. Arms go straight, hips lift up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. We're gonna touch those dumbbells and they're gonna end above the upper abdomen, so not the head. We're pushing through the heels to get the hips up there without flaring the rib cage. Woo! All right, we got mountain climbers. Now, where you place your hands is all up to you. All right, remember, I'm not the boss of you. So you can have them on a chair, bench, on a BOSU, on the ground, or with me. The only thing I ask is you please do the exercise with me. 3, 2, 1 with a pause. 1, 2, 3. Last time doing this one. This one was tough, but we are tougher, so let's do it. Less than 10 seconds. Time. Whew. I told you you were tough. Great job, you. Into a stand. No rest for the wicked yet. We got some rows now. Whew. Feet are going to be narrow on this one, please. Hip hinge. Breathing hard, sweating big. Let's go. Finish strong. Neutral spine. Yes. Breathe it. Nice length of the spine. Yes. Don't let that head just drop. Now let's exhale as we row up. Beautiful. Push those hips back. Keep those knees bent. Last one. Root to stand. Woo! All right. Jack and press. Now, again, it can be done with no weight too. Hands are here. Our low impact is here, here, here. Yeah, let's go. High impact. Last 10 seconds. Can we pick it up? Come on. We can. Come on. Up, up. Go, go. Whew. Time. Ho ho. All right. Get your water bottle. Ready? Cheers. Ha ha. Good job, you. Okay, now we need to cool down. I don't know about you, my heart rate's up there, so we need to bring it down, do some stretches, and basically thank our bodies for the work that it just put out for us. That's one of my goals this year, is to thank this body of mine instead of get ticked off at it when it doesn't do what I want it to do. So I hope you've got a good little goal, feel good goal like that as well. Okay, toe tap, or heel tap, pardon me. Now, there will be some point, and those of you that are over 50 will know what I'm talking about, in our lives where we just cannot do what we did in our 20s, 30s, and possibly even our 40s. So we just have to reframe our thinking. Instead of getting angry with ourselves, it's what can we do now instead? Where's our new standard? Always trying to raise the bar, of course, where we're at. Now, there are some of you, especially in the over 50 fitness community, where this is actually the strongest you've ever been in your adult life. And for that, oh my gosh, my heart bursts, and I can't wait to see what more you do this year. So it's all a journey, you guys. This isn't a, challenge that ends and your fitness career ends. No, this is a journey. All right, toe tap. Now here's the scoop. If you find that your heart rate still hasn't gone down, when we get to the mat and start some stretches, just push pause and just march it out a bit. Let it come down. Ideally, because we're not going to be completely passive on the ground, if I can get you below 110 beats per minute, it'll slow down too once we get on the mat, then that's great, okay? Heart rate monitors are great. They are more accurate for the heart rate themselves, less accurate for the calorie burn as well as your steps. All right, if you're ready, back knee on the ground, pick a knee. Now lunge forward. I want you to feel a nice stretch in that hip flexor, okay? Back toe can be tucked under or passive. Squeeze the back glute, inhale the arms straight up and lean away. If you'd like, you can take one of these bigger dumbbells you have and even place it beside you to give some support. I find supported stretches, I can get a little bit more. Even though my balance is pretty good, I'm still using some muscle contraction to hold myself instead of allowing that muscle to just stretch and relax passively. Now we're going to straighten that front leg, toe is up, shift the hips back, and this is where that dumbbell comes in handy, or a yoga block if you've got one, to place your hands on while you hinge over that front thigh. You guys can let me know below what you think of the socks. Don't worry, you won't hurt my feelings. Well, you might. I've been feeling a little sensitive lately. Never mind. Let me know if you like them. That's about it. The other side. Oh. All right, other leg. I don't know, the Christmas season or what. Been feeling a little sensitive. Squeeze that back glute. Lift that arm up. Reach over. Hitting that big muscle in the hip, the psoas or hip flexor muscle. It's also a wonderful stretch to do if you're seated for long periods of time, like in travel. All right, let's sit the hips back, kick this leg forward. And again, that dumbbell or a yoga block really helps as we hinge over and we can weight ourselves up on that yoga block or dumbbell. Lift up, remove any props. We're keeping the bum up and walking the hands forward and then letting the chest drop to the ground. And the hips will just sit back a little bit. They call this puppy pose. So I just love it just for the name. But for the actual purpose of it, what we're doing is we're lengthening, obviously, size of the body and arms. But what you may not know, we're also getting a really good range of motion in your thoracic spine by dropping that chest down. We're getting into some T-spine extension. Now that T-spine extension is crucial to maintain, especially if we want to do overhead press motions. If you do pressing above the head and you get low back pain, it could be that your T-spine doesn't have the range of motion it should. Beautiful. Come into a sit. Let's take a leg, doesn't matter which one. You're going to bring it in front of your body. All right, so you're not cross-legged, and then walk yourself forward and say hello to your glute and hip there. Now, if I had really tight hips, what I would do is throw a pillow or a yoga bolster under my hips. When my hips are elevated, it creates more space for me to get into the stretch. So don't hesitate to throw props under you or use props to help you enhance these stretches we do at the end. And again, you guys got that beautiful ability to push pause so you can get yourself set up. Just make sure you come back and push play. Don't leave me frozen. Let me finish. Excellent. Now let's take the other leg forward. All right, and same thing. I don't know if you hear that barking, but Max is home. Walk it up. Let's get the legs wide. Again, hips elevated really makes this stretch more accessible. Then, excuse me, sir. Hands behind you. Press yourself forward. Feet are active, pressing the backs of the knees into your ground. And we're getting this lovely stretch in the adductors. Now your hands are behind you so that we make sure that we hinge through the hips to get that stretch, not necessarily rounding. Now, if you feel okay, anybody else want to come in? Okay, Bells. Bella. So that's Bella. You saw George. And I think Max is, well, I know Max is coming in soon. So you may meet Max too. And release. Place your legs whatever feels comfortable for you. Now this might even now be sitting on a chair or a bench. You don't need to be on the ground for this one. I need you just nice and comfy just to do a couple more stretches. So get yourself set up. Whew. I'll wait. Get my sweaty hair away from my body. All right, let's interlace the hands, bring them behind the head, and I want you to look up and open up the arms and lift the gaze and chest up to the ceiling. And release. This hand behind the back, ear to shoulder. Chin is in. And now let's turn the chin in towards the armpit. Release. This arm now behind the back, palms facing away, ear to shoulder, chin is in. We want to be gentle with our neck, especially as we get older. There's a lot that could go wrong, so we'll just hold a gentle stretch. We'll make it passive, not assisted with the hand like we usually do. Now chin into armpit. And release. And we did it! Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Drop a comment down below. I would absolutely love to hear from you. And if you are watching this in real time, a big Happy New Year. Mwah! And thank you for choosing me and my workout for your first one of 2026. Bye!